Hello everyone, welcome to my deck profile of our Sanctuary Guard. Um, this is probably one of my favorite decks in the game right now. Just for the simple fact of having a lot of memories just with Posture Blade and stuff. People really seem to not like the deck because of, or playing against the deck because of this card. But I seem to just really enjoy the deck and everything it has to offer. But anyway, I got this from my friend Trent. He topped with it and he was trying to get rid of it, and I was like, well, I would like to play Royal Paladins again because it was the original clan that I've ever played for the game. And so I decided, you know what, I'll go ahead and pick it up off of him. So I did, and I played around with some stuff. I changed some ratios. I added him some stuff like the addition of Sanctuary Guard Arc. Really good card. And just a few other stuff. There's also a few things in the deck I wish I could change, but do not have the ability to currently to change them. But I'll give an explanation on the stuff that I do wish that I could change. But anyway, starting off is we have Shining Knight Milius. This is our starter. What he does is counterboss GB1, counterboss 1. You put it into your soul and you search for a grade 2 and call it to rearguard. Really good effect. It's really nice for the fact that it's a 5k and that it will get you pretty much whatever you need to really like start off your plays. Like, oh, if you want a Lou, you can have a Lou. Do you need a Benon? You can get a Benon. Do you need a Blaster Blade? Simple. You can use this to get it. If this card dies, it's not that bad in this deck because this card is just there for like insurance of like, oh, I need to get a card to start everything off, and so this is what this would be used for. Moving on to grade 3s, we have Sanctuary Guard Arc. His GB2 is all your grade 1 or less GB2. During your turn, all your grade 1 or less units get 5k power. This is really good. It's not really used as much, well, as often, because I usually either finish the game, either me winning or me losing, or I just usually have a way to stride, I would say. But 3 is good. I only play 6 grade 3s, spoiler, and I couldn't decide which one I'd rather want more of, so I play 3-3. But his second effect is choose a card from your hand and discard it. During your turn, when you stride a Sanctuary Guard on top of this card, you can pay the cost of discarding 1 to search your deck for a grade 1 or less. Call it to rearguard circle, shuffle your deck, and that card and your Vanguard both get 3,000 power until the end of turn. Really good. It helps you fish out Flogels. It helps fish out anything that you need, anything for boosters to really get like your stuff going. It's a really good card. I like it. Next up is we have 3 Sanctuary Guard Dragon, the original Sanctuary Guard. His limit break 4 is during your turn he gets 3,000 power for each of your grade 1 or less rear guards, and when you ride him you can discard a card to search your deck for a grade 1 or less. He is still an amazing card. Riding into him or riding into Arc is really not going to change how your game goes necessarily. Sanctuary Guard is really good for those people that like to stay at grade 2. It allows your deck to, because most things in the deck are able just to work outside of GB. So, which is really good. Really good. And so, I run 3. I really like this card. So, it's an 11k, so it has a good body. It's just a really good card as well. It can do more things outside of GB. Versus Arc cannot, but Arc is still really good. Also, nice IG slings. Alright, moving on. Sorry about this, guys. This is also my first deck profile that I'm making, so if I stutter a lot, it's because I'm just not used to it. Bear with me, and thank you everyone that is watching. But for vanilla Blaster Blades, I don't think it's never came up that needing the counterblast to kill something. This card is pretty much a vanilla anyway, currently in the deck. So it's a really good card. It's your main attacker. A 9k vanilla is the deck's main attacker. Really, really good with Flogel, and it's how you pretty much try to like attempt to end the game is like Blaster Blade and Flogel. A personal favorite card I feel is 3 Lu. I really like Lu. The fact that he can just be normally a 19k attacker or 16k attacker with in combination of being Flogel or Barkle boosting this card is really good, hitting good numbers, and it allows you to get another attack. It's another card put into the soul so that you can soul blast to draw a card with your grade 1s. It's a really good card. And also the fact that it gives 3000 power. So if you go into Blaster Blade, it's a 12k. That's really good. Really like this card. You can have 31k numbers, either having 4 grade 1 or lesses on the field, or if you call out a Barkle off of Arc's effect. So this is really nice. 3 Benons. This card is really good. It's only an 8k, but what it does, you can counterblast 1, search for a card with 6k power and call it the same column as this unit. Pretty much only meant to search out the Soul Blast 1 to draw a card when they're called from the deck. Really good pressure early. It just makes it to where you don't minus from hand to call the Benon. So it's really good card. 2 Knight of Twin Sword. This card I want to cut to 1 for a 4th Benon, but sadly I don't have a 4th Benon, so 2 Knight of Twin Sword. Pretty much the same thing with my starter, is that it's just there to get me another grade 2 if I need it. In Lesson, I never want to see this card. I want to write it, and that's it. It also is a thing. It also does what Lu likes to do and get us another attack. But outside of that, he's a good card. It's just in this deck specifically, I don't really utilize him too well. He's just still in there though because he's a good card. And lastly, I don't see a lot of people doing this, but I've won a couple games just with this card. But Blaster Blade Spirit, it gives you a way to actually be able to kill stuff that you would like to kill. Because I know Blaster Blade, if I had the other ones, could kill something. But this card for a Counterblast 1 to kill something is more reasonable versus the Counterblast 2 to kill something. Really easy. You can use your starter to search this. You can use a Knight Twin Sword to search this. You can use Lu to search this. It's really good. It just doesn't work with Flogel, which is sad. But it's still really good. I won a game because I attacked with Lu. He guarded Lu, and he was like, okay, my turn. Lu's effect, call Blaster Blade Spirit, pop off your only interceptor. You have no cards in hand, I win. Because the extra 3k off of Lu's effect. It happened twice in the same, like, in game 1 and game 2 of a match that I played against one of my friends. So I really like this card. And if you have to write it, it's a 10k body, which is really nice. And I just like it as like a one of. It's there again, like the same thing of Knight Twin Sword. If you need it, if you don't need it, this card doesn't exist, and that's fine. Moving on to grade 1s. 4 Holy Knight Guardian. 4 UG Perfects, really good. You need to be able to unflip damage in here. Another thing that I would like to do is take one out for a Hope Keeper. So if you run out of the Soul Blast 1 draw ones, you can still have a card to call off Ben on, but I currently don't. so I will make do, and this is perfectly fine as it is, with the 4G perfects, but it's still like a little nitpick thing that I have, that if I could try it out, I would like to. For Stride Enabler, you only play 6 grade 3s, you need a Stride. You need to be able to Stride. This deck needs to hurry up and win as soon as possible. That is what the deck is meant to do. So you want to run 4 Stride Enablers to try helping compensate for the lack of grade 3s. Because you really need more space in the grade 2s. Because they're what really is the main part of the deck that I feel. They're really what gets the deck going. And 4 Stride Enablers are still, like, they're just good cards. And if you're trying to finish off a game, like, you're like, oh, I can probably win the game this turn. Heck, even call one. Like, it's a grade 1, so you get another 3k off of your Stride. Next up, 3 Mirons, 1 Richard. They both have the effect of when they're called from the deck, you can Soul Blast 1, draw 1. I run this for the Richard for 2 reasons. I don't have a 4th Miron, I'll be honest. And also just for the simple fact of, my friend Trent originally played 4 of this, and I prefer just the Miron's art more. But I play it just for, like, you know, in honor for him. But, you know, good card. Arc can call this out. Sanctuary Guard Dragon can call this out. Mainly for your Benons to call this card out. And yeah, really, really good. And lastly, to Barkle. Its skill does not matter at all. It's literally just for his name. And he's a 7k, so it's really, really good. And that's it. Just his name. But his effect does say, though, that when a card named Blaster Blade is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard in the same column as this unit, if you have a Vanguard with Blaster, you countercharge 1. The only time you ever get this off is if you ride into a Blaster Blade and then you call another Blaster Blade, or if you already have a Barkle back here and you ride into a Blaster Blade. But I don't know what kind of counterblast you did beforehand. I don't know. But mainly this card is just here for the name. That's it. When you go to grade 3, this card's effect will never kick off. Yeah. Moving on to heal triggers. Or triggers. But yeah. 4 heal triggers. The original ones, they're my favorite. They're what I started out with the game with. And it's just what I like to. This is my preference. You have to run heal triggers, especially now with G Guardians. I've seen builds that run 16 crits. Of course, they're more for a balls to the walls kind of build, but specifically, mine's really not. It's meant to be aggressive, but not that aggressive. I feel like my build is the least amount of aggressiveness that I've seen these kind of decks go. 4 Flogel, stupid crit, dumb crit. Honestly, after the battle that your unit with Blaster Blade attacked a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to one of your units with Blaster Blade on rear guard, stand it, return this to the deck, and shuffle your deck. So after your Blaster Blade attacks, you counterblast 1, throw this back to restand the Blaster Blade. This card is really, really good. In combination with Regale. It's a really, really good card. Really good crit. The fact that it's also a crit and you can throw a crit back in the deck is kinda dumb, because if you later on check a crit, you keep recycling your crits, which is really good. This card is just, I don't know. It makes the deck that much stronger, because this deck has always been strong. But with the addition of this, it just makes it incredibly dumb. Here's another thing that I wish for the deck. I play 4 Lucrits. I don't have Alt Mile Strides, so I don't run the Alt Mile crits. I also don't have Alt Mile Strides, so therefore I don't run the alt mile crits. I do wish though that I had the alt mile strides, because I would definitely appreciate the ability to put the crit into the soul to draw one, but I don't. But still, this is fine. This is fine. That is for a specific situation that can come up, but the deck still works perfectly fine the same nonetheless. It's just another, thing that if I could do, I would. And 4 draw triggers. Gliding Eagle. The same thing as Morgul. You put it in a soul and you give something 3k. This is really good. You can put this into the soul on a turn with this with a Lu and a Barkle, and it becomes 31. It's another way to make that column 31, which is really dumb. Or 34. If you play against cross rides, I guess. I don't know. I doubt it. But I like draw triggers because you need to be able to go into your pieces. This is a very controversial thing with players of Sanctuary Guard. Is like, well, why run draw triggers? You're trying to be aggressive, as aggressive as possible. But yeah, I agree. But also, you need to see those pieces. You can't go off if you don't see those pieces. So I'd play a more consistent route. So I like the 4 draw triggers. Also helped me for the soul, because there are times that I've encountered where you want to call, like you want to play a Benon to get a Miron or Richard, but you don't have enough soul. Well, this card's easily like, here you go, here's the soul that you needed. So I prefer the draws. So that's the main deck. Next up here is the G Zone. The only card that matters, honestly, is 4 of Holy Dragon, Sanctuary Guard Regale. Simple effect. Your entire front row gets 3,000 power times how many grade 1 or less rear guards you have. This is dumb. You easily just say, hey, my front row gets 9k or 12k usually. On occasions, I've gotten 15k, but that's kind of ridiculous, but also amazing at the same time if you win off of it, because you can be very ballsy with this card. As long as you can guarantee yourself a game, call your hand, it doesn't matter. This card is really, really good. It's again, the only stride that really mainly matters here, now with Arc, but I play 4. This G-Zone still needs to be tinkered around a lot. There's some things I would like to put in. Next up is 4 Holy Dragon, Saint Blue Dragon. You flip up a copy of it, and he gains 3k for every rear guard you have, and then if the amount of G-Zone that you have face up is 2 or more, and if the number of rear guards you have is 2 or more, he gains a crit. This card is really, really good. Still pretty good. If you have a full field, you flip up one up, he gets 15k in a crit. This is good to try and fish out perfect guards. If I see my opponent check a perfect guard, I'll usually go into Saint Blue next turn, make him waste it on this, and then I can make my Blaster Blade easier to like poke. Or if I see him check a heal trigger, I want him to use the G guard on here. So I really like this card. I probably would cut this down to 2 if I had alt miles. Yeah, definitely I would cut this down to 2 if I had alt miles. I'd probably cut out another thing in my G zone. I'd probably cut Regale the 3, because I have never gone into all 4 ever. Games usually end on the 1st, 2nd, sometimes 3rd, but never have they ever gone through the 4th. And then I had to stride again. The game has never lasted that long that I've ever experienced. So that what I'd like to do is cut this down to 2 for 2 copies. Cut this to 3 for a 3rd copy. And then cut the 1 Blizza for the 4th copy of All Mile. But yeah, so 4 St. Blues. One copy of Blazing Sword Fides. The only thing that matters about him is you flip something up, discard one, and search for a grade 2. That's it. I've used him. He's there. I can enable GB2 just off of him. But that's his only purpose. Is that just effect. But he's still a good card. I like him. In Brave decks, he's an incredible card. One copy of Shrouded Divine Knight Galblade. When he hits, you call a grade 2 or greater. Right, grade 2 or greater. Yeah, grade 2 or greater. He's really good. He can be your first stride. I've never gone into him. I usually, if I need to G-assist, it's going to be him and Blizza. By the way, one Blizza. You counterblast one. Flip up a copy. Flip up anything in your G-zone. And when it attacks a Vanguard, he gains 5k for every card face up in a G-zone. Well, games usually end quickly, so I never get to abuse that effect. Versus like Gear Chronicle, I know my friend Jaden Storm, also a really good YouTuber, and you should check him out. I see like he plays Gear Groovy, which is an interesting choice because I see a lot of people like talk down about that card, but he really likes the card. But he goes through his G zone incredibly fast, and this card could just be like, hey, you can gain stupid numbers really quickly. One Seabreeze. I feel like I have to play this card in every deck because people like to sit at grade 2, even if it's for return. My deck doesn't necessarily need the GB because the only thing that requires GB is Arc, Knight of Twin Sword, and my starter, and that's it. Yeah, and so it doesn't enable a lot, but it still can be pretty good to like have that pressure. But yeah, so one Seabreeze. And here is the lamest G Guardian lineup you ever see. 4 copies of Holy Dragon, Laser Guard Dragon. Pretty much, if you when you use it, if you have a grade 2, he gets 5k shield, and that's it. Still really good though. Probably would like to put in a Dismal, maybe an Agleam if I had one. And that's mainly it though. I mean, I like the G-Zone. It's pretty vanilla, but I still enjoy it nonetheless. The game usually ends fast, so I don't really see the top finisher strides. That would be very annoying, but still nonetheless I still like this G-Zone as it is right now. But anyway, that is my deck profile over my Sanctuary Guard deck. Please tell me in the comments how you guys feel about this deck. This is my first video that I've ever made involving Vanguard that I have ever personally made. I do have a really old video on my friend Jaden Storm's YouTube channel for his Spectral Duke Dragon a few years back when the deck was, actually relevant, actually top tier. One of my most favorite decks in the game alongside Royal Paladin. I really do enjoy Gold Paladin, but very specific stuff in Gold Paladin. But anyway, guys, thank you so much if you stayed around this long to watch this video. Please tell me in the comments if you have any suggestions for what I should do in the deck. If there's just anything at all, tell me what I should do to improve any kind of videos. Just in general, just give me your opinions on how you feel. So please like and comment and just let me know how you guys feel. Everyone, have a great day.